Hello, everybody.
Here we go. Our brothers and our sisters are dying in the street, taking the prescriptions when all they need is weed.
Hello, everybody. My name is George Zito, host of Cannabis Then and Now. As usual, I say it every month, we have a great show. We have Bulldozer Health, we have Connecticut Normal, and we have Johnny Hayes. He's going to be doing a little something. He's donated his time and his efforts to help out Bulldozer Health. And I'm going to turn it over to Johnny now, and Johnny's going to give us a little bit of what it's all about. Johnny, rock it, baby.
Hey, first off, I appreciate you guys. CT, stand up. I'm a hip-hop artist right from Shelton, Connecticut. I appreciate the love I've been getting so far. Bulldozer Health, much love, you know what I mean? Cannabis Then and Now, you already know I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm ready just to do something a cappella for you guys watching. Much love. Yeah. I hear no and see no, speak no. I ain't saying nothing, I'ma ride for my people. I hear no and see no, speak no. And I'ma stay focused, do away with the Evo. I hear no and see no, speak no. And why they wanna hate, cause I'm chilling at 20 below. All they end up doing is stroking up on my ego. Yeah, your boy Hayes been fly just like an ego. Hey yo, CT, rock with me. They call me Hayes and I'ma keep it a buck. I got the state rocking with me now, I'm heating them up. So tell them, there's more to me than just some weed in the Dutch. I'm known for making real music that the people could trust. I'm repping like all of the East, I call it a street. My only mission's making sure that all the wolves gonna feast. I'm repping hip hop, so tell them talking is cheap. I pray hard, cause so many rock the mark of the beast. You play with the flame, well then you bound to get burned. I'm down to spit it till you dig it like you rounding up worms. I hook them, and on the beats, man, I'm a hell of a guy. I'm known to clip wings like fly, pelican fly. I'm from the Beast Coast, and we toast on the daily. The weed smoke, the streets know I'ma make it. I hear no and see no, speak no. The homies with the weak flow, rest in peace though. I hear no and see no, speak no. And I ain't saying nothing, I'ma ride for my people. I hear no and see no, speak no. And I'ma stay focused, do away with the Evo. I hear no and see no, speak no. And why they wanna hate, cause I'm chilling at 20 below. All they end up doing is stroking up on my ego. Yeah, your boy Hayes been fly just like an ego. Much love, man. This the year of the lyricist. CT, stand up. I rep hip-hop to the fullest. I appreciate the opportunity, George. I appreciate it, man. Cannabis Then and Now, Bulldozer Health. Much love, man. They're doing great things for the whole community.
Nice job, Johnny.
Sounded great.
Thank you, Johnny Hayes, man. That was awesome, brother. And we love what you're doing for Bulldozer Health. Bulldozer Health has ideas and helps people with different things. I forgot to say, my co-host Judy is here tonight, and she wanted to ask a few questions of our beautiful lady, Wendy Love Edge. Wendy?
Yeah, how are you,
Judy.
Wendy?
I'm great.
First time meeting.
Where
Thank
did you
so
find
much
this
for
lovely
having
lady?
me.
Facebook.
Yeah, we're on social media. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really exciting. So,
Thank you.
could you tell us, well, first of all, where do you live?
Well, I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And I started the project in Massachusetts, but the intention always was to be nationwide. And so,
That's exciting. What made you start this?
well, I got sick in 2011, and they told me I was going to die and put me on 16 pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh my
I was in
gosh.
a power wheelchair and unable to care for myself.
Oh my God, and look at you now.
Yeah, much better. I decided in 2013 to start weaning off all the drugs that they
Good
had me
for
on
you.
to see what I had, you know, because when you're on that many drugs, I say you're kind of bulldozed, right?
Oh, that's how you got your
That's how you got the
name?
name.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
love it.
and when I started to wean off the drugs, I was meditating a lot because really what the start was for me to change my mind and become more positive and believe that I could find some wellness and improve my health. That was the first step. And then someone mentioned to me, I started to look into alternative health methods, and someone mentioned to me about cannabis, and I was in full withdrawal from drugs. I had been addicted to opiates and on all different kinds of things, gabapentin, Valium, you know, every day, 4 Percocet, morphine around the clock.
For how many years?
It had been 2 years had passed, and I was still, I kept asking, what drugs can I come off of? And the doctor would say, well, you have a diagnosis to go with every drug, so we can't take you off of anything. And I was in so much pain. But as I was withdrawing, a friend of mine said, have you tried cannabis? And I said, well, gee, not since high school. I don't know, And so I looked it up, and to my surprise, found out how medicinal it is and how much it would help the ailments that I was suffering from. And sure enough, it relieved a lot of the withdrawal symptoms, and I started to improve, and then I started exercising, eating well, continuing to meditate and stay positive, and reducing pharmaceuticals, only taking them when the benefit
Did you
outweighed
have to
the
do
risk.
this on your own pretty much?
I did, yeah. I was
Yeah.
on my own, and I believe the universe really works with you when you're trying to do something.
Absolutely.
And a friend of mine, the one that suggested the cannabis, which, by the way, took away the withdrawal symptoms
Oh, absolutely.
almost immediately.
Absolutely.
And the pain.
Yeah.
And so she was just an acquaintance, but it turned out it was her, when I called her for help, it was her last day of work for 2 months. She had 2 months free. So she came to my house every day and helped me with the withdrawal
wonderful.
process. Really great. I mean,
Good friend.
Wow, that's great. And how many years has it been now?
so that was in 2013.
Right,
So
okay.
it's been almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And
And when did you start Bulldozer Health?
I started Bulldozer Health in 2014. We got nonprofit
Wow.
status. We're a 501c3. And my son, who at the time was only 14, he's like this, computer genius. He set up a website and all the social media.
That's great.
And helped me to file the 501c3 papers. And within a few months, we had it. And, I started it because it was so hard for me to access all the things I needed.
Right.
The current system really just pays for pills, tests, and surgery.
Well, what were you looking for at that time? I mean, cannabis wasn't available then, so what were you looking for?
Well, in Massachusetts, it was legalized for medical reasons
in
already.
2004?
2013.
2013,
mhm.
okay.
And then I was I wanted to go to the chiropractor. I wanted to go to an acupuncturist. I wanted to take, turmeric and other herbs. And, you have to reach into your pocket for
Yeah,
every
I
single
know
one of
that.
those things.
I've done that my whole life, yeah.
Mhm. Right. There are many people I've met now along the way.
Even for my children, I've always gone preventative medicine, natural medicine, yeah.
That's
as
great.
much as possible.
Right. Because
Right.
your body...
But you do have to pay a lot for it.
You do. You have to pay out of your pocket. And your body knows what to do under the right conditions. It'll start to heal itself. And when you use natural remedies, you guys know too, right? When you use natural remedies, it works with your body.
Absolutely.
So I started the organization at that time because it was really hard for me to access, and I thought, gosh, there are people who just absolutely couldn't. It's great that cannabis is legal in Massachusetts, legal in Connecticut, right?
Right.
But it's a classist system, just like healthy food or anything else that we try to access.
Right.
If you have money, you can get all those things. So what we do is we network with alternative health providers and cannabis folks in the legal states, and we help people to go and get the treatments that they need. People apply to us, and we help them to access
Wow, that is so
those things.
fantastic,
Right.
Wendy.
Thank you.
Wow, that's so wonderful.
Wendy, now what's coming up on December 3rd? Tell us more about this fundraiser you're doing with Johnny and Ari.
Yeah.
Band.
Got it right.
You got it right. So on December 3rd, we're having a Take Back Your Health America benefit concert. This is our 7th one.
I love the name. Take back your
Take
health.
Seventh
Back-
one?
It's our 7th concert, but the first one in Connecticut.
Okay.
And we're so excited. There's been a lot of
Where is
interest
it
in
gonna be?
Connecticut.
We're going to be there. Where is it going
It's
to be?
at the Outer Space,
Ooh, our
December
favorite
3rd, and we
place.
have
95 Treadwell Street, Hamden, Connecticut.
yes. And I met these folks. I went to a normal meeting, I think it was about a year ago, and
Probably longer.
maybe a little longer, yeah.
It was longer
And
because you helped me. Your organization helped me.
right, we were so
That's
happy
nice
to do
know,
that.
Pete.
Wow.
And so I realized there was a lot of interest here in what we're doing, and so we decided to finally have one of the concerts here. We've had them in Arkansas, Rhode Island, Massachusetts,
Oh my
and
gosh,
Connecticut.
this is so exciting.
And so the money that we raise goes to people to pay for those things, to pay
I
for
did get
alternative health.
did I get an invitation for this? I
Maybe.
did. I
haven't
do have my
responded yet.
invitation.
It should be a lot of fun.
I do. I will be there.
We've had 35 bands play in our shows, and this show is mostly a hip hop show, which is really fun. So we have Johnny Hayes, who performed for us today. We have LV, who's from Middletown, Connecticut. Ari Band, who has performed in 6 of our 7 shows, actually.
She's from out of state too, right?
She's from Massachusetts, and
I've seen her.
she's traveled to Arkansas. She's traveled
God bless her.
really, really big in cannabis activism and help for mental health patients to access what they need also. So we have a lot of great people. The musicians are fantastic. The Red Baron will be performing too on December 3rd. So it should be a really great show.
What time does it start?
So we're
Wendy?
going to open the doors at 6:30. We'll have some Connecticut Normal, for instance, help to sponsor the show. They'll have a booth there. We'll have Cannacare docs. We work closely with Cannacare docs. They help us to legalize 5 patients a month for free,
That's
whether it's
great.
Connecticut, Rhode Island, or Massachusetts. So patients who make under $24,000 send an email to us, and like I said, it's 5 a month, so it might be a month or 2 before we can get you in.
Right, but that's so nice. Every little bit helps.
BulldozerHelp.org.
Yes, bulldozerhelp.org. And, there's so many people in need. We're so proud of the fact that we're able to help people. There's so many people. It still is in my heart to really find, more access. But we meet people all over the country that are they really want something different than what they can get at their doctor's office right now. I'm not alone.
Well, when you're not
alone.
getting the results and the side effects from a lot of the medications, that's the worst part of it.
Right.
It's just never ending.
It is.
Well, everybody in the medical industry is realizing more and more how valuable it is and the goodness it does for us all.
Right.
I mean, boy, nobody knows that more than you guys.
Well, and thankfully, look at this election time. There's been a lot of positive change with cannabis, right? That was the best part of this
Eight
election, in my opinion.
They say,
8 states.
they said, I read, I know one of you guys probably posted, but more people went out and voted for cannabis this year than both presidents combined.
I believe it.
Listen
Not
to that, America.
That's
surprised.
what somebody
Dan
posted
Malloy, I
that.
hope you're listening.
Isn't
Yeah.
it amazing that that's what politics has done to our opinions? We care more about the products we're going to go be involved in than we do about the people leading our free country.
Makes sense.
It's crazy.
Well, our plant makes sense.
Absolutely.
True.
It does.
We'll have to have a Take Back Our Life march.
I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Legalization, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're working on that now in Connecticut, right?
Yes, we
Full
are. Yes, we
legalization.
Yes, we are.
Why don't you tell us about that?
We're knocking on its door.
That's great.
We're doing.
Well-
do you mind if we go ahead,
Oh,
Joe?
You
let's
know what?
hear
Let
from
me
you
just say-
guys.
I want to welcome my 2 cannabis heroes here, the Crusaders of Crusaders, Pete and Colin from CT Normal. Logos in the back. Once a month on the 3rd Tuesday of the month at Outer Space. You guys do it at 7:30 or 8 o'clock now?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. If you're interested, come and see the guys. And tell me what's going on, guys. God bless you, what you're doing.
All right. Well, we're very happy, first of all, with Connecticut Normal to be finally in a position where we can do things and have accomplishments, achieve goals, instead of just watching Connecticut legalize and make changes without being able to be fully involved. So Connecticut Normal's just geared up. We're a professional. We're looking to commit ourselves to legalization in the state of Connecticut. Thank you very much, Wendy, for what you guys do with the medical end of cannabis right now in Connecticut. We've fought very hard to get where we are now in the medical cannabis industry. We're shifting our gear. Connecticut Normal is now shifting out of the medical gear and right over into legalization. And oh boy, what does legalization have in store for Connecticut? It looks very exciting. Massachusetts just passed a bill that's saying that's declaring they're going to allow every resident over 21 grow up to 6 plants, Pete?
6 plants.
6 plants. That means you're going to grow 6 plants, you're going to grow 6 plants, you're going to grow 6 plants. Everybody's going to be growing 6 plants. And I can't imagine how that is bad for anybody. And we're hoping that we'll be able to bring that same thought and that same style of legislation to Connecticut for legalization. We want everybody to grow any plant they want in Connecticut. I don't care if you want to grow a rose or pot. You want to grow good pot, you want to grow cheap pot, you want to grow the best pot, whatever kind of pot you want to grow, you're going to be able to grow it. And Connecticut Normal is going to work really hard to make sure that you have that right. There's a lot going on. We're going to be facing session in 2017. In February, there's going to be a hearing in Hartford. We're going to be calling out for people to come up, support us, activists to come, stand with us while we talk to our legislators about this product and about how it should be legal, how it's gone so long without any. This state needs legalization. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but we just got moved to a Moody's AA3 rating. Last year we got moved to an AA2, and the year before we were moved from an AA1.
What does that mean?
This means higher interest rate on our borrowing power. When the state goes to borrow money from the Fed, that they have to pay more interest on the money they're borrowing because they have an upside-down book. They don't work with the money they have, they work with the money they're going to get. It's a very weird thing the way the state works. But
Politics.
Yeah,
Daniel
right.
Malloy has single-handedly, in my opinion, caused this to happen. He has been irresponsible to the residents in the state of Connecticut with his stance on marijuana and legalizing it. It's time that, once again, we take back our lives, we take back our health. We need to start pressuring our legislators for legalization, and Connecticut NORML is here to do that. Pete Mold has taken the position of executive director. I've taken position of as the deputy director. We have a great board behind us, and right now I can't think of a single reason why the state would say no, but we're still out here fighting every day.
I don't either. So hopefully they'll say yes.
Yes.
But without your help,
They're not going to say it.
they're not
Well,
going
you
to
know,
say yes.
gro-
So they're
being
going to pick
able-
up the phone and
Yeah.
Call your legislators, call your senators, call your state representatives, call the governor. Be nice and courteous and say please.
And thank you. And let them know that you care.
And you want to take back your health.
That's right. ConnecticutNormal.org and or ConnecticutNormal@gmail.com. Feel free to send us an email, like us on Facebook, give us your support. We're currently standing behind a firm position that without grow rights in a legalization bill, Connecticut NORML will not support it, which basically means that if our legislators adopt a bill that does not include grow rights, Connecticut NORML is not going to stand behind that bill.
That's
we're
really
We're going to do
smart.
what we can to stop
Yeah.
that bill from moving
because
forward.
grow rights, that's freedom, you know.
Well, that's just
Rhode Island can grow.
Even
right?
with growing
Yeah.
food,
Patience
growing
and-
food is freedom. Being able to grow your own medicine.
Yep, absolutely. Connecticut's one of the few states that even the medical program doesn't allow you to grow pot.
Right.
Because it's
You know, it's
the
forcing
first
us to shop.
pharmaceutical
It's
model.
yeah,
And that
forcing us
ties
into this
people's hands.
umbrella.
There's four
Right.
growers and
Right.
it's a monopoly.
Right, and
It
they
ties people's hands as to what they have access to. And an organization like ours that would like to give free medicine to people,
It makes
we
it very
can't do
difficult.
it.
Yeah, it makes
Because
Can't do
our
it in
laws
Connecticut.
make it
Education
extremely
transfer in
difficult
Connecticut.
for you to be able to not even donate time, donate anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pay for somebody's registration through their, I mean, it truly makes your job difficult to help people, and that's completely nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It should be easy to help people. I
And
can't
people
believe
should
it.
be able to help
Yes.
themselves, you know?
yeah.
So if you're growing, you're getting arrested.
Right now in
Until
Connecticut,
NORML
yeah.
changes that.
Yep, unless you're in Massachusetts. But right now in Connecticut, we're working for change. We're hoping that by, the end of 2017,
I hope so.
you'll be
by
growing
the
pot in
summer.
Connecticut.
Folks, if we stick
that's
together and do what these gentlemen say, we're going to be able to grow it.
We can finally put this whole cannabis thing right in the ground and let it flourish into a tree.
I love what Pete did in the beginning with the dispensaries. They were grinding everything, the stalks, the leaves, the
Homogenization.
flowers. And for what's with that man right there, he was a real
Absolutely.
crusader.
It only took a few thousand of us. And
But
now
he
there's-
did it.
Now there's almost 15,000 of us.
Right?
This is one of the primary reasons I
That's
got
just
involved
medical.
was this man right here, because I saw somebody standing up for himself. I saw somebody that was not willing to accept what basically was put in front of him as being acceptable, and it was very inspiring for me, at least, and you know, to be able to see somebody take that
Well,
position.
I think a lot of Pete affected a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
When I
Pete,
see that video, I blew my mind, man. I said, hats off, brother.
Was
hats
that in the
off.
hospital? I met you on Facebook because I saw you
Yeah.
with a surgical hat on, vaping. And I was like, I got to know this guy.
And now you're on a show with him. What's better than that?
Yeah.
Pete's also one of the first patient in the state of Connecticut to collect.
100% reimbursement of my medical marijuana.
Yeah,
from a
we were
workers'
Pay
curious
attention to
about that.
Insurance
Pete.
company.
We were curious about that, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
we talked about it on the last show.
Did they, are they
Sure.
still? They're still taking care of you.
Absolutely.
So
I
if
just
you're-
came from Blue Point Wellness on the way here.
That's great.
So if you're a
So, buddy,
patient in the state of
I-
Connecticut with a workman's comp case, you absolutely should be fighting to have your medical marijuana be paid for
Fight.
by your insurance. ING or AIG or whoever these companies are should be writing a check for your pot, thank you, and sending it off.
You have to fight for it. It took me 3 years, and I really had to push my attorney. So.
Yeah.
It's
I know
wonderful.
a few people who have been able to.
Isn't that great?
Between the
That so
insurance
far.
companies and big pharma, they really restrict what people have access to.
I
So
don't
you
want
did a
big
great
pharma.
thing.
I want their hands in my pot.
What about hemp
you.
farming? You guys were
We
talking
want
about
open grow
at the
hemp.
meeting.
So one of the things that we're very excited to announce is one of our advisors to our board has gone forward and done a lot of work with the Connecticut Farm Bureau and the Department of Agriculture, trying to garner their support for
Yeah.
growing pot in the state of Connecticut. And one of the things we're very happy to announce is the Farm Bureau and the Department of the Agriculture in the
Right.
state of Connecticut now fully support
That's
cannabis and growing of cannabis. They do not currently have a written policy on the matter yet. They have just only now agreed that they will support
Great.
this.
that's great.
They have to come up with their policy, and then they have to come up with a legislation that they feel comfortable with. Because once again, you can tell a farmer not to do anything, but bottom line is you need these people to produce product. And in the state of Connecticut, we're going to have a shortage of pot once we go legal, because there's just not enough to go with the current patients, let alone a legal
Right
landscape.
now, the demand is hard to meet.
Exactly.
With
so
15,000 patients.
Yeah.
Imagine 2 million.
I mean,
Yeah, it would be difficult.
legalization,
Wow.
you can then sell to
anybody over 21.
growers, dispensaries, even
Right,
supply.
well,
Is that correct? or?
We're not exactly sure how it would work in Connecticut. There's a few people working on legislation. We're very excited to receive input at ConnecticutNormal@gmail.com. Anybody with recommendations or feelings may feel free to email us. Let us know your input. We're very excited. We're trying to stay level-headed about it, because once again, we have to wait for our legislators to pass our
Right,
bills.
yeah.
We can't go out and vote on this stuff like everybody else.
Right.
But with a lot of sensible lawmaking, I'm sure we'll be seeing legalization very soon.
Yeah.
What's very important is the farmers, though.
Yeah.
So the farmers are on board. Now, that means that once we go legal, hopefully there will be a provision within the bill that allows massive outdoor growth. And by massive, I mean probably under an acre. For pot, it would be very large, larger than most people are concerned about, except for if you're out in Colorado, California, Washington, Oregon.
Yeah, we
Where
want
else are we
co-ops.
talking?
and-
And even better, we have 4 or 5 new
Collectives.
legal states in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Arizona's legal, California's legal,
Yeah.
Maine's
Arizona
legal.
didn't go.
Oh man, Arizona didn't go.
Nevada.
Florida? What about Florida?
Florida's
Medical.
medical.
North Dakota.
North Dakota's medical.
Yep, very big news there.
Yeah.
Florida's big
Arkansas,
news.
Arkansas.
And
went
Arkansas,
Yeah.
the bill in Arkansas, I'm glad that something passed in a way, but
Mm-hmm.
it's big business, no grow rights.
Sounds
I'll
like Connecticut.
Yeah.
A
Too bad they
legislator.
don't have a universal medical card.
Well, that's
That'd be
Well, that's
great.
another
That would be-
issue. Going
Las
state
Vegas.
to state,
Well, yeah.
Las
it's,
Vegas
it's
and
scary
Yeah,
as a
reciprocity.
patient.
What do you mean,
Right.
Las Vegas?
and Rhode Island share
They have
reciprocity.
reciprocity, where you can go to these states and use your card
Yeah.
to receive their benefits. Las Vegas is the biggest one, because I mean
So
everybody
if you're in
knows
Las
this.
Yeah.
Vegas and you got a Connecticut card, you can go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in
Oh,
Rhode
that's
Island,
beautiful.
I
Your
know with
Connecticut card works in
Massachusetts,
Rhode
Rhode
Island,
Island, the
too.
It
same
works
with
in Rhode Island,
Connecticut.
Yeah, you can use private caregivers.
Yeah, you just can't go to the
Connecticut, you
dispensaries.
can't.
Right,
Oh,
right.
where do you go?
You go to a caregiver.
Oh, caregiver.
But you can't carry from state to state, even though they have
Correct.
reciprocity.
Yeah, well, that's
you
a
have to
federal
purchase-
trafficking issue
right.
also.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, once again, we're working very hard to try to make all these changes necessary, and it's very strange. Although there is medical provisions within laws that allow you to carry opioids across state lines, which
Same
are
class.
barely are legal, and who knows? It's very a lot of gray areas.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
classification though.
Yeah.
But it's hard as a patient if you're trying to accomplish something all over the United States.
You know what?
The minute I leave Massachusetts, I'm a criminal if I
Yeah.
Exactly.
carry anything. It's
You know
Something
what's
that's
hard
very
too? The
scary.
CDL license. People that hold the
Yeah, there's a
CDL.
federal license.
But
yeah,
it's
in the
okay for
state.
them to have, all these
And
scripts.
we've got to be very careful now, because we now have this gentleman
Yeah.
Sessions looking to be, I believe, the Attorney General.
Yes.
And he has a very strong opinion against marijuana.
You're
Yeah.
bad people.
Right.
So people use cannabis are bad people.
Exactly. So one of our goals federally is to be able to have people write letters to him and his
Yeah.
committees stating, hey, listen, maybe you should change your outlook on this product.
Yeah, I mean,
because-
I just see so many people every day getting off of drug addiction and their pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah, it's an exit drug. It's
Yeah,
an
and
absolutely
their
an exit
life
drug,
is
and a
back.
prevention drug, because if you can consume it, you won't want to move on to other stuff.
Well, the pharmaceuticals don't want you to get off. They want to keep
I
selling
know,
it to
it's
you.
awful.
Exactly, because it's a cash
It's a
cow.
billion
Yeah.
big
Cash
I mean,
cow. Our
obviously
lives
there's
and our health of our family, our children, our mothers, fathers.
We got people dying all over. It's an
dollar
epidemic with the
signs.
opiates.
Dollar signs.
And
What
all
a
of it,
shame.
a lot more than just opiates,
Yeah.
pharmaceuticals themselves.
Oh,
She just
everything
listed
you
off
said.
a whole bunch of
16.
them.
Yeah.
Actually, you know.
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine was on an amphetamine prescribed to them, and the doctor told them that they shouldn't be concerned about drinking while they were on this drug.
Okay, yeah.
Which raises red flags for anybody, I'm hoping. But you
Yeah.
know, why? There's so many problems with the pharmaceutical industry and their desire to fill their pockets with money.
I've been seeing the seizure disorder. I've been seeing more and more seizure disorders that are happening to young adults, and it almost seems like there are side effects of being on so many medications. So at young age, they're put on amphetamines at a very young age, and then antidepressants, antipsychotics, and next thing you know, at 18, 19, they're having seizures.
Most of those labels
Hello?
on these drugs
Right.
say it's not recommended for children under the age of
Oh,
18
exactly.
or even 21
Yeah,
in some cases.
but 7's okay.
But you know what the other problem is?
What a
Those
joke.
children are indoctrinated into that type of medical care.
Right.
And so I know, like, for our organization, when we try to talk about lifestyle issues and natural medicine, they say, oh no, these pills are what I need, because that's what they're used to, that's what they were indoctrinated
yeah.
And and we're all trained from very young to trust our doctors. They are in charge of our health. They have
Correct.
they have our health in their best interests.
to. Right.
It's unfortunate in this world of debt that we have to concede to the fact that they may not have our health in their best interest. They may have their mortgage in their best interest.
Right. Or other interests. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
It
I
is,
know
or
you're
their
blessed when
children's,
you find a
their
good
children are
doctor.
going to college, and everybody has the money and earning to live, I guess.
A lot of doctors are going more towards integrative medicine now, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear
Yeah,
that.
there are
Yeah,
some
a
for sure.
lot.
And doctors who definitely are, understanding about the opioid epidemic and that things need to change.
The state does
So-
have a good program. They do seem to be making changes almost every year to help curb the opioid epidemic by creating limits and on length of prescriptions and amounts and stuff like that.
The
but
issue is
it's not
sometimes
enough.
I
people
don't know.
just come off quickly because of whatever happened. They went in, maybe they had marijuana in their urine test,
Yeah.
and so they just cut them off, and that creates so many health risks.
And, well, the urine test is a huge issue with legalization right now, because how many people, I know a lot of people in the working class industry, whether it be carpenters, whether they be elevator people or mechanics, people in unions that get turned down. They're
Yeah.
good employees, they get turned down because they fail piss tests.
Right.
Hey, folks, guess what? It's been 30 minutes.
Holy
The
cow.
show's almost over. I want to thank my guest, Wendy, my beautiful co-host.
Thank
Alan
you, George.
McPeak. God bless you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Say
you so
this,
much.
We're
Oh
all,
my gosh, thank you.
we focus in one area, make that needle point, call your legislators.
Absolutely. Call
Don't
them.
forget December 3rd. Don't forget our normal meeting, 3rd.
Cannabis Ball.
BulldozerHealth.org.
BulldozerHealth.org.
Merry Cannabis Ball,
I
December
love
20th.
that organization.
Logos will be on, dates will be on our show. I'll be posting tomorrow. Cannabis Then and Now. We're here for you and for cannabis. We love you.
Connecticut Normal.
Normal.
She always holds the key. It's better sooner than later. The planet's rising from the sea. Cannabis, then and now. It'll pick you up so right when you're feeling down. Times are changing. Time for cannabis, then and now. Our brothers and our sisters with PTSD.